Safety matters, as some say a jail overcrowding problem reaching new heights.
The sheriffs are in crisis mode with the inmate backup in the county jails.
And a solution is needed sooner than later as safety matters to sheriffs across the state. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight at 6 o'clock. Everyone, I'm Bob Clausen. Ashley has the evening off. Riots in county jails, released felons, all blamed by the Sheriff's Association on the state pushing overcrowded inmates back to the county level. Now with their hands tied, no immediate solution in sight, and those numbers continuing to rise. KARK 4's Josh Berry reports sheriffs across the state are taking their concerns right to the governor's office. Hey, Josh.
Yeah, hey, Bob, there's even talk as a solution to pay out-of-state prisons to take our inmates from us. That may not be the solution, but something has to be done to ease the overcrowding in places like here, the Pulaski County Jail, where they currently have 65 more inmates than their capacity. It's like this across the state, and it's creating many of those safety concerns.
These inmates, state inmates, are creating riots, they're causing disturbances, and it puts our correctional staff at just a tremendous safety risk.
There are currently nearly 3,000 state inmates sitting in county jails across the state.
Our sheriffs are in crisis mode.
And it's left Ronnie Baldwin to figure out what needs to be done.
The sheriffs are very, very frustrated that they can't operate their facilities and protect the citizens that the way they would like to do.
Former Cross County Sheriff and current Executive Director of the Arkansas Sheriff's Association, Baldwin says county jails are at or over capacity.
We need to get them out of there, and we would like for the state to be responsible for their own inmates.
The state has the luxury of using the counties as basically the largest prison in the state.
Executive Director of the Association of Arkansas Counties, Chris Valine, says the state's actual largest prison only holds 1,850 inmates. Collectively, county jails are holding 2,900.
We've got to look at some different long-term solution to this problem.
Ultimately, he says it's a funding issue, but there are other solutions on the table.
Private companies being one of them, housing inmates at facilities that we're not even aware of or not thinking of right now. Those kind of things have to be looked at.
And whatever it may be, they need one now to help end this crisis.
We've got to have some relief. We've got to have some immediate relief.
Now, of course, Friday morning, these groups will meet with Governor Beebe at the Capitol to help and hopefully come up with solutions that may end what I'm told is a crisis moving in the wrong direction. We're live in Little Rock. Josh Berry, KARK 4 News.
All right, Josh, thank you very much. According to the Association of Arkansas Counties, housing an inmate costs the county $45 a day. The state, however, only reimburses them $28 a day. Do the math. It's a $17 difference. With 2,900 inmates backed up, the association says they lose nearly $50,000 a day. At that rate, Arkansas counties would lose $18 million a year. Little Rock Fire Department working as hard as they can to find a cause of a fire in an apartment complex. 2 people suffering burns when this building, take a look at this, at Normandy Place burned just about 1 a.m. this morning. The Red Cross currently helping 12 people, if not more, who need a place to stay. One neighbor says that he woke up, saw the fire, and then ran towards that building.
I started, telling him to come out, come out, come out. Harry. As he was coming out, him and another lady, I started beating on this door. Next.
Neighbors helping neighbors. Fire investigators say damage will likely exceed $1 million. The building will also, we understand, be torn down. Now to a KARK 4 News update for you. We have learned the names of the people involved in a deadly accident on 440. State police say 60-year-old Terry Harold Jacksonville was killed in the collision. Lee Miller, the driver of Chevy Impala, police say tried to back up on the interstate, according to police, when she was hit by a big rig. Another 18-wheeler, then driven by Jose Rolano, hit them, causing the fire. 6 shots ring out in Arkansas Walmart. Happened February 1st. Now, 6 weeks later, the 911 calls were released, offering a glimpse into the frightening situation that was unfolding. KARK 4's Aaron Nolan listened to all of them, joining us now with more on this, and a lot to listen to, and some things coming to the surface here, Aaron.
Yeah, Bob, about 18 minutes of calls, dozens of them coming into both the Conway Police Department and the Faulkner County Sheriff's Office. People frantically describing the scene as they saw it, many asking for help as they had just heard multiple gunshots, some asking for an ambulance. But for many inside that Walmart on a Sunday night, they were just looking for information and a place to hide.
I'm at Highway 65 Walmart, and there's been shots in Walmart.
Okay. How many shots have you heard?
Like 5 was 6, and I'm in a closet. I'm not even going out there to look. He shot a lady.
Okay. Calm down for just 1 minute.
A man said he left the store. I don't know that he left the store. We're under one of the registers.
Okay, give me just 1 second, okay?
Okay. Please hurry.
Not only were the calls from inside the Walmart, several people calling 911 from outside of the retail giant. In fact, one woman said about 15 or 20 people ran into a local restaurant and locked the doors, waiting for police. Bob, we're going to have more on these calls coming up tonight at 10. You can hear all of them by going to our website, arkansasmatters.com.
Aaron, thanks very much. The man facing the charges in connection to this shooting, Myron Terrell, is behind bars. Conway police say he's the one who fired the shots and faces attempted capital murder charges. He is scheduled to undergo a mental evaluation. His next court date is set for May. He is in jail, being held on a $1 million bond. The Scott County Sheriff's Office sending out a warning about a pair of people pretending to be adult protective services workers. They say a man and a woman knocked on an elderly Walter woman's door asking them to come inside the home. She didn't let them in, which is the smart thing to do. And then when she asked them for ID, they threatened to call police on her. She refused, and then they eventually left. According to the Sheriff's Department, the Department of Human Services, adult protective service workers always are supposed to show their ID. For more information on what this pair looks like, go to our website, arkansasmatters.com. Jacksonville city leaders could put a stop to archery sporting within the city limits, all for safety, they say. Aldermen tabled the discussion at their last city council meeting about the matter. No one has been injured. Make note of that. No property has been damaged as a result of bow and arrow, but Alderman James Bolden says they just want archers to play their sport away from people and homes so there won't be any problems.
People in their backyards within neighborhoods with a house is right behind you, that's unsafe.
Mr. Bolden says that he could ask for the issue to be tabled again as they seek more input from neighbors. One central Arkansas city will decide whether it wants to create its own local school district thanks to a decision today by the Arkansas State education leaders. KARK 4's Hubert Tate joining us now with more on what all this means moving forward. Hey, Hubert.
Well, hey there, Bob. Some Jacksonville community members have asked to separate from the Pulaski County Special School District in a vote for quite some time. And today, that vote will happen. Signs of appreciation displayed Thursday at the State Education Board meeting. This after members approved an election allowing voters to decide whether Jacksonville schools should separate from the Pulaski County Special School District, an issue parents and stakeholders in the audience are pleased to hear.
We feel good about our chances in that election, and we'll work very hard to make sure we have a good result from that election. We're not going to take anything for granted, but we feel good about that election producing a good result.
Leaders have been trying to get to this point before, but met some problems with federal approval.
We did it right this time, got the federal judge to approve it. Now the state boards approve it. They'll move to an election in September to see if their population truly wants to be a separate entity and not part of Pulaski County School District.
However, the Jacksonville NAACP did raise one concern surrounding diversity on the possible school board, which initially would be appointed for the first 2 years.
We have educators, PhDs, and what have you, that is willing to work with the board in order to get everything set up so that our children, the minority children, will be treated fairly.
But before that happens, voters must decide whether they want their own district. And that vote could be held as early as September. Reporting live here in Little Rock, Hubert Tate, KARK 4 News.
Hubert, thank you very much. New information tonight about those missed school days because of the season's winter weather that we've had. The state board today sending out some pretty good news. The state approved 75 waivers excusing schools from not making up the excessive amounts there. 2 of those school districts, Quitman and Decatur, did not get all the days they requested, though, but they did get majority of missed time excused. State leaders say approving the waivers prevents school from spilling over into summer.
So many people schedule things in June. You know, they got vacation Bible school, baseball, Boy Scouts. All those things happen, and so this helps address that issue.
Yeah, who could have planned on this winter? State leaders want to remind students and administrators that makeup days are for instructional time and should not be used as a recreation or a fun day. The job market is tight. We all know that. Making a good impression can mean the difference between getting hired or not.
The person with the most skills doesn't always get the job.
What you need to do to try to nail down that job.
Well, a beautiful start to spring 2014 across Arkansas. Here in Little Rock, our morning low 36, 67 our afternoon high. The question is, will this really nice spring weather stick around through the weekend? We'll have that answer in just a couple minutes.
From the station that brings you local news that matters, this is KARK 4 News at 6 in high definition. With Bob Clausen, Ashley Katz, Chief Meteorologist Keith Monahan, and Aaron Peters with your Razorback Nation report.